Hi, my name is Sergiu Popescu and I'm an artist, entrepreneur and a storyteller.
Good morning from London, guys. Here to give a speech at UCL tomorrow, and I promised my friend Serge for a testimonial, and here it goes. I have worked with Serge on multiple occasions. I have been very happy with the quality of his work, but above all, I have been very happy with his attitude. He's the kind of person who's going to work with you as a partner, not as a supplier, and he's going to help you bring to life your dream, your idea, and he will work day and night to get what you want and what he believes is right for your brand out in the open, out in the market. Thank you very much. Take good care. This is Michael Virardi. Bye.
When life challenges you with surprising events, you might feel stressed, unhappy, distracted, uncomfortable, or even unworthy. But these are the moments that make you or break you. To come out stronger from these battles, you must accept that you are the result of your past decisions and strive to build a better mindset to live a meaningful life. When you commit to becoming healthy, your decisions will transform into addictive lifestyle habits. Exercising will make you happy and productive. Remember, if you want something you've never had, you must be willing to do something you've never done.
The reason I'm filming this video is because I want to make sure that you fully understand who we are, what we do, why we do it, and how we can help you. Let's start with why and how we believe organizations can incorporate storytelling to become profitable and meaningful. In his work, Paul Zak is credited with the discovery that oxytocin, a tiny neurochemical made in the hypothalamus of the mammal brains, is more than just the bonding chemical for mothers and children. He showed it is synthesized in the brain by trust and that it motivates reciprocity. Oxytocin, he proved, is basically a pro-social chemical. It helps us bond, trust, and love. Oxytocin in the brain, which is elicited by story, also activates another circuit called HOME, human oxytocin mediated empathy. Among other things, that circuit uses dopamine, which is a reinforcement neurochemical. And dopamine helps us learn by giving us a little jolt every time something notable happens. In other words, story can create lasting impact because we remember better when we hear stories. From the earliest recorded history, storytelling was a method used by the cavemen to communicate, educate, share, and connect. Storytelling can be an important tactical tool that lets marketeers engage consumers in a fragmented media world. Because there's so much media fragmentation, consumers are not just looking for different experiences, but different delivery. Why should a consumer give you their time? Storytelling isn't just a creative approach to marketing. It gives your consumers a totally different entry to your brand. Stories are far more impactful, promoting retention and behavior than functional messaging. As a London School of Business study found, when people hear statistics alone, they retain only 5 to 10% of what they've heard. Yet, when stories are used to convey the same information, retention jumps to a remarkable 65 to 75%. Humans are socially driven creatures. When we emphasize with the other characters in a story, it can even motivate us to take an action or make a change. According to one of my favorite books, Stories That Stick, there are 4 stories that businesses can share to captivate attention, build trust, and convert traffic into customers. The first story is called the value story. The most important gap any business needs to bridge is the gap between what they offer and the people who, whether they know it or not, need it. When it comes to sales and marketing, the value story is king. And the value of a value story starts in the psychology and spans the full spectrum of why we say yes. let me share with you our first value story video we created 4 years ago.
We run away to pick us up when we're low. Just chase the waves, we'll make it up as we go. If you're heavy, I'll show you where to go. Want you set free, we have no time for love. We run away to get us up when we're low. Oh, even if I lose my ground, I won't let it hold me down.
The second story is the founder story. Before I continue explaining what the founder story is and why it's important, I think it is better if I firstly share with you my founder story. When I was a kid, I used to live in a pretty tough environment. There were times we didn't have money for food. Despite these hardships, my mom achieved the impossible. She managed to raise a successful person, and this is why she is my hero. As a university dropout and single mother, all while living in an unsafe, corrupted, and poor neighborhood, she had to suffer, sacrifice, and overcome numerous life challenges to raise me. No matter the obstacles she faced, she always found a way to be happy, grateful, and humble for the few things we had. In order to provide a safe, healthy, happy, and successful future for her son, she needed to make many risky, life-changing decisions. It was around 2001 when she told me that she must travel for a few months to Cyprus to find a job and save money. In 2005, when I was 10 years old, after years of sweat, tears, and hard work, she finally invited me to live with her. When I arrived in Cyprus, the experience was surreal. I felt as if I'm in paradise. The beach, the people, the cars, the houses, the language, the weather, the culture, the food, everything was better than what I had in Moldova. We spent the entire summer exploring beautiful locations, all while enjoying Souvlaki. Towards the end of August, she told me that if I wanted to stay, I needed to go to school. This is when anxiety and depression appeared in my life. I felt very stressed because I knew that it would be very hard to make new friends, adapt to a new culture, and learn a whole new language. At the time, I didn't realize that if I didn't find a way to manage my anxiety and depression, that eventually I would get type 1 diabetes. Fortunately, on the 10th of January of December 2007 at 6 p.m., as I was sitting in my room bored to death, playing games on my portable Sony gaming console, I decided to go play soccer with a friend. When we finished playing, I got introduced to Alex, a guy that could teach me how to hack my gaming console and download games for free. When I first met Alex, he seemed too smart for his age. After listening to him talk for hours about writing computer software to solve complex problems, different methods of hacking, and the future of technology, I got very inspired by his knowledge, and we quickly became best friends. He made me question everything I believe and do, and when he started teaching me how to find a problem, understand it, analyze it, and write a computer algorithm to solve it, I fell in love with the process. In other words, he installed a chip inside my brain that loves to learn, practice, fail, improve, and instead of looking at problems with a negative mindset, seek creative solutions with a positive mindset. Learning, practicing, evaluating the knowledge I was accumulating became a habit. In order to increase the odds of achieving my goals, I had to accept failure and become risk tolerant. After 10 years of educating myself about video directing, storytelling, leadership, and marketing, in 2017 I found an opportunity in the Cypriot market and made a very risky decision. I had quit my full-time job at Nespresso to achieve one goal. My aim was to encourage brands to become visual storytellers. Without a formal education, experience, network, and capital, my chances of succeeding were very, very low. I'll never forget 2017, the first time I got blisters from walking 4 kilometers during a very hot summer to film a video for Michael Virardi. Since I had no money for even a bus ticket, I had to make a decision. To either keep my promise to help Michael film a lifestyle documentary or to be unprofessional by canceling the project. After an hour of walking, when I arrived at the European University of Cyprus, Michael welcomed me as a great leader. He didn't ask me why my shirt was so sweaty or why I was 20 minutes late. And as an author, public speaker, and business consultant, he shared his positive energy, encouraged me to have a great day, and we successfully finished the project. After 4 years of sweat and tears, I managed to use my artistic and entrepreneurial mindset to work with 35 businesses, travel to 11 countries, read 29 books, and start a leadership podcast. Our podcast goal was to help the leaders of tomorrow by inspiring, motivating, and educating our audience with our guest success stories, failures, and knowledge. Ultimately, I've met and discussed interesting topics with more than 100 successful people both in Cyprus and abroad. My success wouldn't have been attainable if I hadn't adopted my mom's and my best friend's good habits, as well as the habits that were suggested by my favorite 3 books: Think and Grow Rich, How to Win Friends and Influence People, and 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Every business has a founder's story. Behind every business there's a story of the who and how it all began. A story from before the business was even a twinkle in the founder's eye. A story about the moment when an idea first struck. A story from the moment the founder realized this might be actually a business. Lastly, the story that will help you increase your online sales and close more customers is the customer story. You already know the customer story well. You've seen its echoes in things like testimonials, reviews, influencer endorsement, referrals, and recommendations. The long history of customers praising products is a pastime that just keeps on giving. Customer experiences have a natural edge over traditional marketing because they come preloaded with what the story lacks: credibility. When you tell someone your product is great, that's called marketing. When another customer tells them, it's called a referral, and referrals carry a whole different level of clout. Studies consistently show that reviews and referrals have an enormous influence on customer behavior. The power of social media and review sites like Yelp and Angie's List make leaving and reading reviews easier than ever. Consider these findings from a bright local consumer review survey. 85% of consumers trust online reviews as much as personal recommendations. Positive reviews make 73% of consumers trust a local business more. 49% of consumers need to see at least 4-star rating before they choose to use a business. Consumers read an average of 7 reviews before trusting a business. Now, let's talk money. One of the most common questions we get from business owners is, how do you use social media ads with visual storytelling to attract and convert customers? There are 5 simple yet complicated steps we use to achieve this. In order to create a profitable and repeatable social media ad strategy, we emphasize on identifying the customer acquisition cost. As soon as we find out how much it costs us to convert one customer with social media, we start expanding the audience by telling Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube to give us more data with similar people that have bought our product or service. The most important step we do before we run any ads or create any type of content, we firstly analyze and understand your past 10 customers to identify who is your ideal target audience. This will help us communicate the right message to the right people at the right time. To specifically identify your ideal buyer, we use the following 8 questions. Where does your dream buyer hang out and congregate? Where does your dream buyer get their information? What are their biggest frustrations and challenges? What are their hopes, dreams, and desires? What are their biggest fears? What does a day in your dream buyer's life look like? What makes them happy? The second step consists of researching what your competitors are doing in terms of digital marketing, visual storytelling, ads, website funnel structure, and SEO, search engine optimization. This information will help us understand your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, also called as SWOT analysis. The third step is copywriting. To grab people's attention and make them click on your ad, we write sentences that inspire actions. Here are 10 of our favorite copywriting sentences. X proven ways to get results and benefits. 7 things you must know before hiring a personal trainer. Are you ready to have results in just time? For just cost a day, you can have results and benefits in time. Guaranteed to results without objection. A little mistake that cost a target market cost a year. 5 common problems faced by target market. Which one do you want to solve? What everybody ought to know about architects. Advice to target market. Who wants results? To fully utilize the potential of social media platforms and make sure that the algorithm will promote the content we create, we must follow their guidelines. Therefore, during the 4th step, we create a content calendar for the next 2 months with all the videos and photos created to achieve a specific goal. And then we upload it to a platform we use to automate the distribution of the content with the specific and effective captions and hashtags. Let me share with you 10 of our top type of contents that will help you increase your brand awareness, build trust with your online audience, and convert website and social media traffic into customers. Podcasts, tips and advices, blogs, educational videos, webinar, live videos, travel video for your CSR, corporate social responsibility, branding videos around your organizational values, vlogs, videos that share the culture and how you operate as a company, and lastly, the stories mentioned above. The value story, the founder story, and the customer story. Finally, the last step is called lead generation. In other words, we create high valuable content for your targeted audience to help them overcome their challenges, problems, and teach them how we can help them achieve their desired results. If you need help to increase your brand awareness and attract more customers, let us help you create a profitable and meaningful digital marketing strategy.
Thank you.